I don't know about you, but I want more transparency in Washington, especially when it comes to how our government spends our money. Our federal government at times seems to be of the money, by the money, and for the money. What happened to of the people, by the people, and for the people? The recent $1.7 trillion omnibus was passed in late December, and try as I might, I cannot find a line-by-line accounting of the approved allotments. This should be elementary. Our government generated a 4,126-page document detailing where all the money is headed, but it has not published a simple ledger with the figures and the description of where it went. An example of our government waste in action was reported in 2009 by CBS News. The United States allocated $6.6 billion to aid Pakistan in the war on terror. The money was earmarked specifically for their army. This was at a time when Pakistan was an instrumental force in the war on terror by virtue of its mountainous border they share with Afghanistan. Only $500 million of the $6.6 billion made its way to the agreed-upon destination, the Pakistani army, according to 2 Pakistani generals. The claim was corroborated by other retired and active generals, former bureaucrats, and government ministers. Only 13% of our money made it to where it was agreed to be spent. The United States Government Accountability Office report stated, for its part, Washington did not ask many questions of a leader, Musharraf, whom it considered an ally. Pentagon spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Mark Wright stated, we don't have a mechanism for tracking the money after we have given it to them. Is this how we want our resources handled? We need some common sense in Washington. In that same spending bill passed by Congress and signed by President Biden in late December, we are sending $200 million more to Pakistan, this time for gender equity programs. This is 10 times what we sent in 2020 for the same purpose. This may be a worthwhile cause, but my point is, were we the people asked? Were we asked what we wanted for any of the allocations that required 4,126 pages of explanation? Personally, I would rather we spend the $200 million to help our homeless. Homeless people are living in the woods in a Michigan winter right off the corner of Alger Street Southeast and Kalamazoo Avenue in the 49507 area code. We need a problem solver with common sense to lead this nation. Common sense tells me that the solution, or daylight, for this problem outlined above is to appoint a special accountant to every gift package to other countries. Hear me out. If the allotted funds exceed a certain amount, let's propose $5 million plus, let's take $100,000 off the top and hire a special accountant to be a federal employee for 1 year. It won't cost 1 extra cent to the taxpayer, and suddenly we will have much needed direct oversight and accountability. The special accountant's responsibility will be to work with the designated country's financial people to ensure that the funds are properly allocated and spent according to plan. Quarterly detailed reports from these special accountants to oversight committees would be appropriate.